St Pauli is a football team that is more famous for what happens off the field than on it. Based in Hamburg, they are a team steeped in left-wing values, anti-fascism, anti-homophobia, anti-racism. They have strong and similar ties to clubs like Rayo Vallecano, Sampdoria and Celtic, just to name a few. St Pauli has one of the most famous club cultures in the world and are followed massively inside and outside of Germany, despite being currently a mid-table second-tier side. In this video, we are going to be exploring the incredible story of the cult club culture of St Pauli. But where am I just now? I am in a World War II flak tower. This was an air raid shelter for people, and it had anti-aircraft capabilities on the top. I've walked to the top. I don't even know if I'm allowed to be in here, but just check this out. I've explored all these doors. Nothing opens. I'd love to get out and have a look. I'm roasting. I've had my jacket on. I've had to take it off just to do my intro, but it seems like the stairs go up there. I've tried that door. The pigeon bouncer won't let me in. That one's locked as well, but this place is amazing. This part of Hamburg is unbelievable. It's grim outside today. I've just walked here from my hotel. A little bit different to HSV. Hamburg's sort of biggest club in terms of like the football achievements. They're sort of out of the city in a nice big modern stadium. This one is proper heart of the city kind of stuff. But yeah, let's show you around before we head to the stadion. This is an eerie place. I found a lift. It's coming down. Press the button. Do we take the ominous eerie lift? It's a big building. I want to get a view of Hamburg if possible. Oof. Jesus. Have a view of the city from in here?
No. Yeah.
Oh, there's no, okay. Met a guy in there, I don't know how much of it you would have maybe heard or I'd have been able to film, but he said there was nowhere to really view from up there. It must be like a big concrete block inside. But I did actually try to go to that tower over there as well today, and I couldn't get in that either. So I just want a nice panoramic view of Hamburg, but it's easier said than done. So there is the old air raid shelter and anti-aircraft tower, I suppose, just right next to the St Pauli Stadium, which is just over here. Really interesting to see that old World War II relic. It started building in 1942, and then here is St Pauli. That is their stadium just there. You can see it coming into view right now. And St Pauli, 1910, so they were around, and then it was about 32 years later that they started building this thing. I'm not sure if they've always played here at this stadium, but the club have been around since 1910 anyway. And all these values that they have, the left-wing politics and all the inclusion and anti-war, anti-fascist, anti-homophobia and racism and all that stuff, I wonder how much of it stems from the horrors of World War II here in Germany, and I wonder how much that has actually influenced this area. But I love seeing like things like that. Like, look how unique that is. Look at that. You've got the old war tower there, and then bang, there is the stadium. I've come completely the wrong way. It's like a university or a college or something around there. But we do have plenty of time. We've got a couple of hours till my stadium tour starts, which you can actually book. So I was planning on having a beer anyway, so let's go do that. Whilst I am gonna go for some lunch and a beer in a second, I'm still trying to find somewhere. Just had to walk around the ground there. I have actually come to the entrance of the stadium now in trying to find said beer house, and I'll give you my first impressions of it. Here we have a bicycle made out of chains. Look at that. Some of the artwork around here is just fantastic, and this is a really famous sign. This is like the club badge of St Pauli outside the stadium, and here it is. Look at that. This is a stadium and a club that I've known about for many, many years. For, like I said earlier, probably non-footballing reasons really. You tell me what St Pauli have won. Have you ever heard of them winning a Bundesliga? No. Or a German Cup? I don't think they've won the German Cup. I don't know if they've played in Europe before. I'll be telling you a little bit more about the football club when we get in there, and hopefully we'll hear about it from maybe a tour guide or something like that. But yeah, look, here we go now. amazing to finally be here and to see this. 1910, and then the symbol of Hamburg there, FC St Pauli, and there is the stadium. It's a really, really cool city, and I'm so excited that I'm finally here to see this incredibly famous football club. They're your team?
Yeah, there you go. Borussia Dortmund.
Oh, Dortmund. Okay, I've been to the Westfalenstadion. Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Bellingham,
yes.
Yeah?
What a player. He's going to come to Liverpool.
Ja,
I support Liverpool. Jürgen Klopp.
Jürgen Klopp.
Yeah, yeah.
Hör mal auf, jetzt zeig dir mal ja was hier. Here, my son.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Jude Bellingham.
Oh, there he is meeting Jude Bellingham,
Oh,
yes. Just met a really, really nice German family there who were from Dortmund, Dortmund's fans, but they were in the area to, I guess, see St Pauli. Bit of football tourism there. They're off to the club shop to get some souvenirs. Like I don't know how much of it I'd have been able to show you because of the wind, but I was chatting to them and trying to ask them if, because this is what I've heard and read online, that for a lot of people within Germany, St Pauli are kind of like a second club for them. So you'll support Bayern or Dortmund or well, definitely not for Hamburg, that's their big rivals, but I think for a lot of people in Germany, St Pauli are sort of like I say, like a second team that everyone sort of looks out for. So St Pauli's biggest achievement footballing wise would probably be their Bundesliga promotions when they got to the Bundesliga from the Bundesliga 2, but they have never won the Bundesliga 2. They've only ever been runners-up, which has got them promoted. They won the 2 Bundesliga Nord in 1977. I don't know if that really counts as the 2 Bundesliga. Maybe it does. It was the Nord. It was 1977. Maybe it was more regionalised back then. So they have won that. But yeah, we are in and around the Reeperbahn right now, which is actually the red light district of Hamburg. So when you come to the football, if you're coming to see St Pauli, just beware. Right, so we've had lunch up at the Reeperbahn, we've had a beer as well. I'm not going to go any deeper into said Reeperbahn. I'll leave all the intense stuff like that to Callum abroad. But we're heading back to the stadion now, and we'll be getting inside. So I'm actually really, really looking forward to finally seeing inside the stadium, like I say, that I wanted to see for a very long time. Hello, I'm Sam from the UK.
So once I have too much time to put stage stuff, maybe
That's fine.
you will find some.
Yeah, cool.
Some of the stuff.
Sounds good, yeah, danke. As you may have just heard, the tour guide said that he wouldn't have much time to translate, so I am going to be doing a voiceover for the tour itself. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so yep, welcome to a voiceover on this stadium tour. Here's the tour group here. Look, as you can see, everybody was German. I think a couple of Austrians, maybe one Italian girl, but I was pretty much the only one who didn't fully understand German. But just check this out, Look at the changing rooms. I have never seen changing rooms like this in my life. The amount of stickers of other clubs in there is just absolutely mad. Imagine being a player and getting changed next to Celtic stickers. I think there's Liverpool stickers in there as well. But just look at like some of the walls and stuff. Lennox Town Celtic Supporters Club and just all the stickers. Like, it must be mad as a player getting changed in there. But despite the ruggedness of some of the look of the stadium, and like, look at that, like some of the messages on there, you'll never walk alone, and many German messages. I don't know if it's fans who have written up there or ex-players maybe, but despite the ruggedness of most of the stadium, like, the facilities in the changing room are pretty modern. There's decent showers for the players and little exercise bikes and stuff like that. But if you are going to take the tour, I would recommend maybe just reading up on St Pauli a little bit. You will be able to ask 1 or 2 questions in English, but the majority of the tour is in German. It did cost me €16.50, which isn't bad. The main tours in like London and stuff, they're always the most expensive ones, 30 odd quid. But here we are now, look, out on the pitch, a stadium that I've wanted to see for such a long time. There are a lot of political messages around the ground, which we'll get onto in a sec, but look at that. Look at that. That whole bottom of that stand is terraced. I bet the atmosphere on that is amazing when people are all standing. No seats whatsoever. That is where German football gets the best atmospheres, in my opinion. The floodlights look cool as well up on the roof. But yeah, we were just pitch side right now and I was just taking it in. Couldn't believe I was finally there. The tunnel's pretty cool as well. It doesn't even feel like a football stadium, in my opinion. I had to touch the grass as well. Look at that. Yeah, it feels like a concert venue or something like that. It doesn't even really necessarily feel like a football ground, although the pitch was amazing, and obviously they are a famous football club. And look, they do actually play in brown. We'll be getting on to why in just a second. That is one of the questions I did ask the tour guide, but you don't go to many stadiums and see brown seats, do you? Yeah, look, the roof and the ground, absolutely lovely stadium. There's my feet standing inside the ground, the Milan Tor, as it's called. I don't even know if I've told you the name of the stadium yet, but that says, kein Mensch ist illegal. No one is illegal. Refugees welcome, and kein Fußball den Faschisten. No football for fascists. There's some of the political messaging there. Refugees welcome, and no fascists in this stadium allowed. And look at that, we'll do a bit of a pan here. Look at that, a nice slow pan as you get to look at the stadium. Look at that, the terracing and the amount of like brown seats and stuff, just so unique, and you get some great views of the city too. But here's what I asked the tour guide. Why do St Pauli play in brown?
So it's not 100% valid, but the most common theory about it is that all of the other colors were already taken by other teams.
Okay.
So St Pauli said, okay, let's
Want it to be unique?
Yeah, so,
yep.
so pretty. I don't know what's in English, so but yeah, so
They just want it to be different.
yeah,
Cool. There you go. That's why St Pauli wanted to play in brown, just to be different and not to be like any other teams. But at this point, went to the media centre. As you can see, I am going to show you the league finishes of St Pauli down the years. As you can see, for the last at least 10 years or so, they've been in the Zwei Bundesliga, but they have been as low as the third tier. As you can see, they've been in the Bundesliga a little bit, and probably their biggest achievement was beating Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga when Bayern Munich were actually club world champions at the time. So yeah, they're not massive. They've never finished very high up even in the Bundesliga when they've been there. They've never won the German top division, but we are here to see things like this, the stickers and the crazy stadium. There's another Celtic sticker saying you'll never walk alone. The ruggedness of this stadium, it's so gritty, like even the concourses and stuff. It's like a stadium I've never seen before. It's unbelievable, and you're about to see the big war tower as well behind the ground. The dichotomy between the war tower, what that was made for, and then what the club stands for is just so different, isn't it? And it's something that is so unique. Look at that thing. The views here are stunning. Anyway, I shall see you outside Hamburg in just a second. God, it's a grim old day here in Hamburg, and look, there's the stadium. There is the big World War II tower thing that we went in earlier, and that is the big tower over there that I tried to go in earlier on. I actually went to all three of those buildings that you can now see today. One we obviously got inside the stadium tour, one we kind of got inside but didn't get a good view, and then one I didn't get in at all. But do you know what? Oh God, I need to wipe the GoPro. Hope you can hear me okay. I'm actually sort of glad that this is the kind of day weather-wise that it is that I came to this stadium. I'd love to come in the sun, of course, but yesterday I went to see HSV play, and that was a lovely sunny day, and it was nice to see a match in the sun. I think that added to the atmosphere a little bit more. But stadium tour day today, do you know what? The greyness adds to the moodiness of the building. There's so much graffiti. There's like homeless people living outside the stadium. It's like obviously an impressive club for what it does off the pitch. They've got all the anti-fascism, anti-racism, all that kind of stuff. And look at that, the old World War II building, if you can see it. God, if you can see it through there. Cool to see on a grey day like today. Really adds to the atmosphere, the grittiness of this place. Look at it. What a crazy stadium tour that was. One of the most unique and different stadiums I think I've ever seen. Just the backstory of the club, unbelievable. As you'll see on screen right now, there are more stadium tours I have filmed in the past. Please do click on one to carry on watching. I will say nothing more of note in this video, except from please do click on a stadium tour video right now and see how it compares to St Pauli.